Happy Monday. I hope you had a lovely weekend and enjoyed some of the sun. It's lovely to see the snow melting and the sun shining and birds singing. So I hope your week is off to a great start. Here we are. I'm checking in with you with our weekly little check-in with my letting go guidance system. So if you've been following me for a while, you'll know that I like to just come in with you and we're going to focus on letting go of things that no longer serve us, things that maybe are keeping us not shining the light we are truly at the core, or not allowing us to completely align with who we truly are at the core, with our soul's calling, our sort of divine mission that we're here to do. We all take on things like agreements or mindset or limitations or sense of lack. Or last week, I think we dealt with negative body image. And so sometimes it's that will hold us back from just truly being our beautiful, brilliant, shining light that we actually all are. It's just that it kind of gets hindered. And so this is a very auspicious time for us to be doing this too. Here we are. It's the end of March. We're coming. This is the last week of March, and we're coming to the end of the Mercury retrograde. I wonder, how has this Mercury retrograde felt to you? I actually have found it a really light, uplifting one, where it's really been about really getting clear on what is it that's coming out of our mouth. What is it that we're communicating and creating for ourselves, and noticing how quickly we manifest what we think about, what we put our attention on. The other part that I'm quite excited about, if you've been following me also, you'll know that I like to follow the phases of the moon to kind of use that as a journey into what's going on for me. And so as of Thursday, we will have the first quarter of the moon, and that's when we start to look at what's blocking us. How can we kind of go down deep and kind of excavate things that are maybe not serving us, to then start letting go. Let the light of the moon be the guide for that. So all of that being said, and if you're here, say hi. Or if you're watching replay, say hi too. And any questions about the things that I talk about, like using the cycles of the moon. And sometimes people wonder what I'm talking about the phases of the moon all represent different aspects of our month, and how we how our inner guidance and our inner communication. So just land into this moment with me, whether you're here with me live or you're watching the replay. We're just going to take a nice deep breath. And as we focus on just coming into this moment, using your breath to come into this moment, I'm shuffling the cards, and we're just letting everything else that we've got going for this week, or starting off in our busyness, just park that for a moment and ask in your mind, what can I focus on? What would be the best thing to focus on this week, to let go, in order to, and you can fill in the blank there, in order to what? To achieve a specific intention, to realize a goal or a passion, to align with your soul's calling, to know more fully what your life purpose is. Maybe even just to have some balance and harmony, or recognize the guidance and that all is well. What can we focus on letting go in order to achieve what it is you'd like to achieve? And now that we've done that, still breathing nice and deeply in this present moment. And so what we're going to focus on this wee bit, like last week too, is obsessing about how you look. And so, that one comes up a fair bit for a lot of us do that kind of thing, is getting too caught up in what we think other people think of us. And so how could it be for you to just, it's not that you will not to care about what other people think about you, but not use that as your guiding force. So sometimes we get too caught up in, oh my gosh, I can't be seen to be this, or to talk like this, or to show this part. It's all about allowing the trueness, the authenticity of you to be seen, and for you to work on letting that shine, because that's your responsibility. You as a divine being have a goal, to express. You have a piece that only you can bring in, and so everybody else is waiting for it. And so if you start getting into, oh my gosh, I can't let this be seen. Hey, Lisa, nice to see you here. So obsessing about that takes too much energy, and it can actually be the stumbling block to really finding out what is your gift, what is that unique piece that only you have. And so, like I said, it's your responsibility to bring it in. And that's really, to me, I think that's what the ultimate piece of our life purpose is find your gift and then share it. So if you get too caught up in obsessing of how you look, then you're kind of missing what your own intention truly was as the spiritual being having this physical experience. So see how that shows up. Where do you get too caught up on judging yourself based on what you think other people think? And see how can you let that go? Be kinder to yourself and allow yourself to just be that quirky, awesome, unique being that you are. And so I like you to think on that, see how that lands for you. And then I'm going to read out what I've written here to see if this brings about any other aspects that you might not have thought of. And so, what if you woke up this morning with only the things that you were thankful for yesterday? We tend to forget that happiness doesn't come as a result of getting something we don't have, but of appreciating everything that we do have. Don't try to be perfect. Instead, practice accepting yourself exactly as you are. Stop judging yourself based upon your appearance or your body image. There is so much more to a person than how they look physically or how they weigh even, how much they weigh even. Turn your focus instead to your strengths and attributes. And this is about what I was saying about your uniqueness. It's like to look in what is it that you love doing, and be wary of your inner critic. Try practicing being grateful for what you do have. Do not get stuck in the victim mentality, the poor me syndrome. It will keep you stuck and going nowhere. Perhaps the most important part of learning to like and accept all aspects of you as they are is being grateful for them and what they do for us. So like really treasuring the body that you have allows you to have specific types of experiences. So gratitude goes a really long way to opening the door to more. Although I encourage you not to get into gratitude just to manifest more. It's really stepping into being grateful for what is showing up for you, what you do have. And sometimes if you do get into this loop of I don't have this, or I will be better when I have that, just use that as a little beginning of the sentence of if I don't have this, then I have that. So sometimes we go through figuring out the things that we don't have or things we don't like in order to get clear on what it is we do like and we do have. Hope that makes sense. So I'm just shuffling these Doreen Virtue Angel cards because this is how I like to do this. Is we first of all we pick the sort of area that we're going to focus on letting go of this week, and then I'm going to draw 3 of these angel cards because they always give us something else to think of or some wee bit of guidance, support, extra ideas. And let's see what's coming through today. Oh, I like that. The last one's harmony. This is perfect. So the first card is forgiveness. So sometimes if it's pointed out to us that we have this thing of like obsessing of how we look or obsessing how we look physically or obsessing how we are being perceived by other people, it's time to just let that all go and forgive you and maybe even forgive people who have judged you in the past, because perhaps that's what's fueled this idea of there's something wrong with me, right? So forgiving anybody who's maybe criticized you incorrectly or let you down or led you to think that you were less than or something wrong. So forgiving them, but then also forgiving you for even allowing that to be what your guiding force kind of thing. Now this one, I love that this is, so that's the first step that you have to do. And then body care. What kind of things could you bring into your routine that will be looking after your body, because that's really, really important. Your body is the expression of what you are as a soul. So what kind of thing? So to me, body care can be anything from meditating to going for a walk to knowing what is the best foods for you to eat, and really allowing all aspects of that to come into your routine, and maybe even adopting some kind of ritual, because that helps with the idea of you are a sacred being. And then the outcome, this is beautiful, the outcome is harmony. And so this feels like, so I said to you that we've got this, the last quarter of the moon, or sorry, first quarter of the moon in on Thursday, I believe that is. And then that Mercury retrograde is wrapping up. So see if there's pieces that come up of how you've talked about yourself or to yourself that can be let go with this obsessing how you look piece too. I hope this helps you. I wish you a tremendous week. And any questions or comments? By the way, I'm just thinking, something just landed to me. When I talk about letting go, I really encourage you to find your best way. Sometimes for people, letting go is as easy as just saying, okay, I see that. Hey, Jessica, nice to see you here. Um, so it's sometimes we can let go of something just becoming aware of it and saying, okay, that's there, and then it doesn't drive you anymore, it doesn't control you anymore. But other times things need to be a little bit more in depth, like you might need to talk it out, you might need to write it out. I have a number of different processes to help people really just make it known to themselves. Like speaking it out is a brilliant way to stop it looping in your own mental energy. Journaling is another great thing too, is to just write it out. And if it's something that's heavy, like this obsessing idea, if it's something that's really burdensome, you might want to write it out and then burn it, and actually make that as part of a ritual of, I'm really letting this go. It doesn't control me. It doesn't steer me through my life experience. I hope that all makes sense, and share your comments. Let me know, how is it going for you, letting go this idea that you have to be a certain way in order to be accepted. I wish you a wonderful week. Thanks for watching. Much love.